Hey you guys, welcome back to another CZ Reacts, where we watch the fun, weird, crazy, and interesting and question everything. Real or fake, you decide, let me know, leave it in the comments, I will get back to you. I try to keep it interesting, a little bit of everything here. The video is for entertainment purposes only, so let's get into it.
Where in the Flying Dutchman fuck are you finding crickets this big? And what's the first thing that you think about doing when you catch something this magnificent? Is deep frying it in motor oil. Like you real life just caught cricket tune from Pokemon and the first thing that comes to your head is delicious? And wherever that you acquired this behemoth of a bug, please give us the coordinations so we can drop a nuke on them. My mental capacity couldn't have dinosaur crickets flying outside. And I'm thinking it's fake until bro took a succulent munch out of this cricket back. We cannot have these Jurassic Park insects infect the world. And the craziest part is this is not the first time that I came across one of these devastations on the internet. I feel like the only weapon that's gonna be able to take them out is grenade launcher ammo that's been marinated inside of Raid. But I'm curious on y'all thoughts on these big ass bugs that they keep on finding in this mysterious location in the comments. Like or follow for more wisdom and stay tuned.
I'm thinking it's a good thing if people are, that's a food source, because of what they can do to food sources, like in farming. I really wish I knew where that was, if it was true or not. Those things can fly, so they can get anywhere, right? If you know if it's real or not, I would love to know. Yeah, please.
I can walk on this omnidirectional floor in any direction I want. It will automatically do whatever it needs to have me stay on the floor. And what's amazing about this is multiple people can be on it and all walking independently. They can walk in virtual reality and so many other things. I can appreciate the fact that these games have options to be more active, moving around. But at the same time, I'm like, I feel like this is a dangerous road where people are going to stop being outside. They're just not going to have the need.
It was all a lie, family. You remember the Hollywood list of orphans? Look, family, these are all people that have shaped the world, including Steve Jobs. He was an orphan, and it was everywhere, family. Look, leaders, business and tech giants, even the Atlantic Ocean is a lie. It seems that the people that has changed the world, all of them are orphans or descendants of orphans. Look at this, Madonna, John Lennon, Louis Armstrong, Seal. Look what this Hollywood insider has to say.
I've been in the business 24 years, right? And I've seen people go from nothing to the biggest stars in the world. I've seen people go from one role to winning Academy Awards and doing all this shit. And what I realized yesterday thinking about it, we're lying to our kids, dog. And I think that's a big problem in our community. We tell our kids that and this is fresh on my heart. Like, I literally just came to this conclusion last night. We tell our kids if they do right and they make the good grades and they go to the programs and they will become successful. If you work hard enough, your work will be paid off. And that's not true.
No, because you need to be selected. You need to have a certain background. Unlock the full truth here, family. TartariaEmpire.com or Chematic app. Link in bio.
That's crazy. All orphans, really. Never knew that, never heard that, haven't fact checked it. So if you know, let me know. That's really like you said, they're selected. I really want to know more about that one.
Go out! What's going on in the bathroom there, dude? I don't know what's going on. Gosh, look at that.
Wow.
Hit that bottom one.
They get rickrolled.
That is so funny.
That is so freaking awesome.
You see the bidet is actually Baja Blast. Yeah, lift the lid. Each layer has a different...
Oh my god. A different flavor. I like your showers. So this is an artist down here in Sarasota. This is Guap. And this is his furry...
Refrigerator.
Refrigerator?
It's also a disco.
Oh. So when you open up at night, there's a disco ball Dude, you're genius.
Yeah, because like Butter Dishes always had the DJ booth. They had like the penthouse
That's
suites
right.
and, like, you can get the
Look at these old sandals. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. This is so good. Oh, I haven't seen one of these in years. Wow.
That was so funny. I mean, do you, right? Do what makes you happy. I feel like that guy knows how to have a good time. That was too funny. Bike. That trips me out every time I see how big these books were. Wow. That bike. What are the speeds that they were reaching on that bike? And how big they actually stood? They'd fly past you like a car. The chair and the books. The books get me every time when you have people standing beside these books and the books are taller. I love seeing stuff like that.
This is the entire video of this real mermaid, but this happened like in 2008 in Monterey Bay, California.
Con este video me empezaron a seguir. Este es el video completo. Esto pasó en 2008, no es reciente, fue en Monterey Bay, California.
Would it be in an aquarium? Oh. I was thinking if it was in an aquarium, it was going to be one of those pretty mermaids. That is terrifying and nightmarish for every kid who came across that. So I don't think that is real, but why would you, what are your thoughts? I think that's just crazy to have some creepy flippin' creature come up to the glass. Oh. What is it, you guys? I know they actually say that there is something in the Okanagan. What is that?
I want to tell you about this. This is a Masonic Bible. My grandfather was a Freemason. He was very secretive about it. Never ever talked about it. None of us ever knew what went on. My mom says they never knew what went on at the meetings. After my grandfather passed away, my mom got a hold of the Bible. She actually tried to return it to the Masonic Lodge that was in our town, but they wouldn't take it. Of course, when my mom passed away, I swiped this. It says the real Bible of the operative lodges of the Middle Ages was a copy of the old charges. They are the Rosetta Stone by means of which scholars are enabled to decipher the history of the fraternity, about which little was known until the late 19th century. It goes on to talk about the keys of the mystery and the ritual of three. If you want me to look more into the Freemasonry Bible, let me know.
That's a pretty color. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one of these. Yeah, I don't think I've seen one of those. I really liked the color, and actually their noise or communication did not bother me. I can't say that it wouldn't if I heard it on repeat, but I actually enjoyed that.
How candy bars looked when they were first released.
Snickers now. Snickers in 1930. And M's now. M&M's in 1941. Kit Kat now. Kit Kat in 1935. Hershey's now. Hershey's in 1900.
That 5-cent thing is crazy.
Reese's now. Reese's in 1928.
Wow.
Milkway now.
Milky Way.
Milkway in 1923. Butterfinger now. Butterfinger in 1923. Three Musketeers now. Three Musketeers in 1932. Crunch now. Crunch in 1938. Baby Ruth now.
Size.
Baby Ruth in 1930.
Everything looked a lot bigger. Could be me, but they looked or appeared to be a lot bigger. 5 cents for a candy bar. I just went to 7-Eleven. My favorite chocolate out of there is $3. Junior Mints. $3. 5 cents. And the box, you get like half. I know because I've been able to fold the box over where the Junior Mints stop at. So that is just, yeah, you pay a lot more, you get a lot less. 5 cents for a chocolate bar. I've heard it. I haven't seen it on a package. So I'm having one of those moments, maybe because it's early in the morning. I don't know. One of those moments where you're just like, wow, yeah.
This was shot in 1989. It was posted 16 years ago, and it shows 2 little dots, little crafts, flying over a field, and then they poof a crop circle into existence.
What?
Now, we know the real ones from the fake ones at this point, because the real ones are pretty intricate and the fake ones are kind of shitty. And the real ones have this interesting thing where they have axial bends instead of shear bends, which means they're using some sort of radiation to bend versus a...
I'm not even gonna lie, I forgot about crop circles. It is not something I've come across or seen in a long time. Even the subject. That video is crazy. Posted, well, I don't even know the date that this video was, so 16 years ago from whatever date this was. I don't think that was fake. I'm like this. I'm believing what I saw, but I'm not sure what I saw. I liked that video though.
Hey y'all, I have never seen a fish tank like this. Like it's a fish tank, table, and water fountain combined. And where can anyone even fit this thing? You can't put this in a normal house. Look how big it is. I'm guessing it's for a restaurant. You see, he can pull the fish out and make sushi right away. Hey.
I do gotta say, I can completely appreciate the craftsmanship in this. I'm guessing his guess is probably right, a restaurant or something. It just does not seem logical for a house. I don't think I would eat if they were doing fish in front of me. But the craftsmanship and that is so cool. I really like that. Wow. I did not see it. That thing is huge.
We may now know why Klaus Schwab abruptly resigned from the WEF after 50 years. And not gonna lie, it's pretty bad. Now, if you don't know what the WEF is, you probably never come across any conspiracy ever. The World Economic Forum was founded by Klaus himself in 1971, and it serves as a private membership-based entity which annually gathers global elites and facilitates closed-door discussions to shape the world's economic, social, and political issues. Just some of the WEF's 1,000-member companies include the heads of JP Morgan, BlackRock, Microsoft, Pfizer. Approximately 350 world leaders and senior officials attend each year. There's billionaire investors, representatives from global media outlets, leaders from bodies like the United Nations, International Monetary Fund, and the World Bank. But if none of that rings a bell. Some of their terms that you may have heard of include the Great Reset, or the phrase when they predicted by 2030, you will own nothing and be happy. So while the truth of the conspiracies that surround the WEF can be debated, why they exist in the first place is not hard to understand. However, on April the 1st, something major happened. The very person who has brought together some of the most powerful people on the planet for 50 plus years announced that he would be gradually stepping down over the next 2 years. However, on April the 21st, the same day the Pope died, he suddenly resigned, effective immediately. And at the time, everyone was like, what the hell? And no one really knew why. But now, we might. There's always been extreme allegations against Klaus Schwab, but they were often dismissed because of who they were coming from. However, as of today, the WEF themselves, the organization he founded, just unanimously agreed to launch an independent investigation into Klaus. And they decided to do this after anonymous former and current staff sent a letter to the board accusing him of almost everything: financial misconduct, ethical misconduct, sexual harassment, discrimination, and even manipulating WEF research. However, the key word that they say before the investigation is the word independent. And with the classic independent investigations that we've seen from countless corporations and non-profits, they are selecting and paying for the investigators themselves. They set the scope of what gets looked into and what doesn't, and who investigators can speak to and who they can't. And most importantly, they control how findings are released, if at all. So while yes, all of the current headlines say that they're launching an investigation, I wouldn't necessarily expect the findings to be groundbreaking.
Yeah, and what he said pretty much, yeah. Do we ever get a full story on anything? I don't know why I always just thought factory, that it wasn't that much that went into making tennis balls. It was interesting to see. Oh, I like that. Wow. The views are amazing. That's a maybe for me. I'm not sure if I would, just with the roller coaster feel, but spectacular. That's the elevator. I couldn't do it.
You guys ever heard about the Pyramid of the Sun in Bosnia? This archaeologist man was looking at this mountain and it had perfectly 4 sides. And he's like, that kind of looks like a pyramid. And so he started doing excavations and stuff.
Yeah.
He found these giant stones perfectly stacked. In the middle of these blocks was geopolymer, which is like an ancient cement. This pyramid was built based off carbon dating 35,000 years ago. The Great Pyramid, 7,000. This is where it gets really weird. he got shut down because Zahi Hawass, the lead Egyptologist in Egypt, pleaded with the Bosnian government saying, don't let him look into this any further.
Weird.
And so the Bosnian government's like, you can't go dig up anymore. The whole story just got swept under the rug. And then over 50 archaeologists came out to observe it themselves. And they're like, this is a pyramid. If you get a satellite image of this place, there's 2 other mountains that have a pyramid shape to them. It's just so weird that every single culture had a giant pyramid. If you guys...
I'm wondering if that was like a shut it down so we can go in and control the narrative kind of thing. Like if that's what he does for his career and a living and he's good at it and he knows what he's doing, why? Interesting story.
1, 2, 3.
People.
Wow. It's amazing. Guys, I have to tell you, look at the moon. Wow.
Oh
my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
1, 2, 3.
Oh my gosh. I love to laugh. I love that. I can't believe somebody did that. Oh my. That bird would be dinner. Mm-mm. Oh. What a menace. Oh my gosh. As a pet owner, like, it's not even my dog, and I feel really good that the dog, obviously they treat him good. He wanted to get back on the bus. He loves his doggy daycare. I didn't know there was like pick up and drop off. Definitely not where I live. Is that a thing where you live? You don't have to tell me where you live if you don't want to, but is that a thing? Because I think that is so cool. I would totally do something like that. That was beautiful, amazing, but they are so far away. If we had something like that here, oh yeah. What about you? I loved that one. I want to believe it. I don't know. What you guys always know better than I do. What do you think on that? I think that would be amazing if it was. I really want it to be because it looked so pretty, but I can't tell. A monkey of some kind.
Não é boa nem ruim.
A monkey. It looks like a monkey. I don't know what kind or type or whatever. I don't think it's a cryptid, as they're saying in the comments, but it looks like a monkey. This cannot be a thing. Are you... What?
Oh shit! They're going!
This is not a thing.
Who's winning? Who's winning? They enter the chamber. We are live.
What's happening right now?
Shit! Jimmy is off to the races. This might not even be close. Oh my God! All those years of YouTube. Who is that? The feminist. The 800
happening right now?
Jimmy is long gone. No swimmers aren't even on the screen. This is a microscopic number class. Tag! No! Tag! Jimmy! Tag! Unbelievable! He came prepared! What the fuck? CCP! I believe
What is happening? Like, why? And then you have your stuff on screen. I mean, actually, if you wanted to be a genius, because I couldn't even imagine how much those tests cost to do if you had good swimmers to do that. And then you would know. But then so does everybody else. But an actual race, and then is it fresh? Are they backstage, like, prepping for the race? I don't know what is happening, what I just watched. That cannot be a thing. I'm sorry.
UK government has just announced that they will be approving a multi-million-pound geoengineering experiment to dim the sun. Is it not dim enough already? So the British government's Advanced Research and Invention Agency, ARIA, is about to drop £50 million into experiments that aim to reflect more sunshine back into space in order to slow the effects of global warming. Now, to do this, one idea is to inject aerosols like sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere so that the tiny particles reflect the sunlight. Another idea is to brighten clouds over the ocean by using ships to spray sea salt into the air to enlarge them. And a third idea is to seed certain types of clouds to allow more of Earth's heat to escape into space. Now, I don't need to tell you guys that trying to artificially alter the climate is highly controversial. However, the lead scientist said that these experiments are on a very small scale, no toxic substances will be released, and that they have strong requirements about the reversibility of effects, if any. They're likening it to when a big volcano erupts. They often blast tiny particles into the stratosphere that blocks some sunlight, and in some cases it actually cools the planet slightly for a year or two. What they're trying to do is somewhat imitate this, but in a controlled way. However, no matter how careful they are, it is not without risks or uncertainties. In fact, in January 2022, over 60 academics published an open letter calling for a ban on developing or deploying solar geoengineering. So the question is, are we at a point with climate change where drastic measures like this need to be taken, or should this be stopped immediately?
This is giving me serious Snowpiercer vibes. Yeah, it's been a while, but that's immediately what I thought of. I don't like this. No. I don't like this at all.
Oh my goodness.
This is incredible.
That was cute. So funny.
They're like synchronized.
You getting this? Oh my goodness.
That was good footage.
These are all squirrels. All of them.
Wow. Why? Why are there
What is
so
happening?
many?
sé dónde caímos. Mirá esto, 5 de la tarde, mirá. 5 de la tarde, 5 de la tarde, mirá. Dios, loco, mirá lo que es esto. Primera vez que me pasa esto. Primera vez que me pasa esto en la ruta. Mirá lo que es esto. Aguante Diosito, aguante Diosito, déjenos llegar tranquilo.
It's like a tornado storm, like the clouds. I have no idea what he was saying. I did think there would be a bit more to the video. It looked like, if anything, he was going to drive into quite the storm. I'm not sure. Wow. That's insane. Everything is man-made. Islands, lakes. That is so crazy.
My fingers look down, look down, look down, look down, look down, look down, sleep. That's it. Let it go, let it go. So in a moment, when I count to 3, Dark Shark, NASA is planning on going to Mars. And we've got you here, our first Martian, when I count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Just sit up, open your eyes. Hey there, our first Martian. What's your first impression of the planet Earth here? What'd you have for breakfast this morning? It doesn't sound good. Did you like it? What's the typical Martian meal going to be? Whoa.
All right, you guys, I am going to end it there. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know. Leave me something in the comments. I can't wait to do the next video for you guys. Remember to question everything, and until next time, stay safe.